that last point there is sprint, run, sprint. And I got that from Jay Gruden. I had a quick minute where I got to do a workout with them, with the Cincinnati Bengals in the pre-draft process. He was a receivers coach there. And one of the things he really talked about was the sprint, run, sprint mentality. And that's kind of ties in with what I just said there. Sprint from the very get-go, our first step, we are sell and go. Now, the run part, which we'll kind of talk a little bit later as we get into these our break mechanics here, is really still giving the illusion of a sprint, of the speed downfield, but being under control. A lot of these cuts we're going to ask these guys to make are really sharp, and sometimes we play on grass and all that good stuff, and sometimes it's sloppy outside. We want to be under control to get out of the cut as elite as possible, as efficiently as possible, as quickly as possible. So speed in the middle of our stem doesn't necessarily matter. I mean, if you're just running a pure go route, yeah, speed is great. Speed is great. But what really matters in the whole grand scheme of things, as we're playing the receiver position, is how quickly can I change direction and accelerate out of that cut. That's all that matters. If you just walk, and then change direction and accelerate out of that cut, you'll create some separation. What matters is getting out of that cut efficiently and with great speed. So in the middle of our stem, obviously we can't just be walking because we'll get beat up. We won't be on time. We won't get to where we need to go. But a lot of my fast guys, they just want to be fast all the time. And when I played, I just ran around as fast as I could, right? That is a lot of times is not the best way to do it. We want to be under control. We still want to have that illusion of speed. And that's what that lean gives us. That's what the low shoulders gives us. That's what big, long strong arms pumping downfield gives us, right? That gives us the illusion of speed. It keeps that threat in the corner's mind. And that threat gets that push from the corner, and that gives us space to operate underneath. Okay? So I'm going to show you a clip here of just just a drill that we really do sometimes to start the day for us. A lot of times, I've worked for some air raid guys and a lot of guys. I'm really big on stretching. I'm a track guy. Some of these coaches, they don't give you a ton of times to stretch. Okay. And I really want to do all my drills at full speed, 100%, just because I think there can be some bad habits that get built in there if you're just, if you're trying to do them at half speed. This will be one of my warm-up drills, but we try to get to the point. I try to get a little extra in ahead of time. We'll get our feet loose before we do this, just so we can still give this, 100% effort and not create some bad habits here. So I see you got 4 lines here. I got a bunch of guys out there. But basically all we do is we put a hurdle down at a yard from them. And we really want to teach driving over that hurdle, gaining a good yard and some change on that first step. And again, I got 6'6" guys. That's easy. I got 5'5" guys. That's a little bit harder, okay? But we want to create that good vertical push with no false step in our stance. And again, I told you I'm not going to get too much into that stance mechanics here, but what I tell these guys is and we'll film a lot of this too and go over it here. But any drill we're doing, we want to practice good stance to start. We want to have great posture. We want to eliminate all false steps. And then when we do this drill here, we put this hurdle out to keep measuring to show them if they're getting that good yard off that first step here. And I'll let this thing run here for us here. And as we're going here, the 2 guys you really want to look at here are these guys here in the middle. So this is Kevin. Kevin's, I really love his lowness. He gets over that hurdle nice and easy. There's no false step. Good arm drive here. And really want to pay attention to here is his low shoulders, right? And that's what we want. This, like I said, when we're in that run phase of our stem, we're not in that full sprint. We're in that run space. This low shoulders, we want to keep this low shoulders all the way through, and that's going to help give us the illusion of that full speed here. And same thing here from James, really good low shoulders. And again, we preach over and over again, wherever our shoulder's at in our stance, we'll rewind this here, okay? Wherever our shoulder's at, the height here from this lean, from this bend, I want that height, that lowness all the way through. Our shoulders should never get any higher from there until we catch the football.